And that is 60 seconds to success. So give you a quick idea of what 60 seconds to success is. That is when we have just 1 minute to share a tip or trick that's going to make your hotel marketing much more effective. Today, I got the short end of the stick, and I have to share my 60 seconds to success. So before we get anywhere else, if you're just tuning in on LinkedIn, you can listen to the full episode at travelboommarketing.com/podcast. And this is episode 218. But with that being said, we're going to start a timer, and we're going to see if I can make my way through 60 seconds to success. And here we go.
Ready?
All right, here it is. Take a few minutes to thank your team. So we're constantly talking to hoteliers who have staffing issues, whether it be housekeeping, maintenance, front desk staff. Finding good team members is just incredibly difficult. And on top of that, your all-stars are probably being hunted by your competitors as well. So it's very important that you say thank you and you make it a good place for them to work. The easiest way to retain and attract new staff is just to show that gratitude. Now, first and foremost, I think you do need to make sure you're paying a fair wage in today's economy. It's getting more competitive than ever. But once you have that done, a simple thank you for exceptional service, occasional donuts in the morning, working to accommodate time off, and all those little personal touches that connect one human to another is so important for staff development. So I'd say think about the concept of surprise and delight as we apply it to our guests, and do the same thing for your staff. They're the ones that deliver that experience to visitors, and you should be thinking about how you can deliver that same experience to them.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was like 61 seconds. I don't know.
I knew what the last word was.
Yeah.
Hey, that's excellent. That was Hilton that started the whole surprise and delight thing for guests. But that's really how management should take on their employees.
In today's world where people are getting poached left and right, and we can only go up so high on salaries and compensation, you have to do something to make your brand and your company have that culture that makes people want to stick around. Because if not, if it's just a job, then those jobs can be found anywhere right now.
Yeah, it's definitely for hotels, because we always talk about how hoteliers should be valuing the customer. We should also be valuing your staff and employees as well. And I think it would make a big difference. I mean, you got to show that value.
Well, I remember at the beginning of COVID, hotels would always talk about how they're a family and everybody is in this together. But then the moment COVID hit, it was just a culling. Everyone was getting laid off, getting furloughed, and the hotels didn't step up and say, these are the people who interact with the guests. These are the people who make my hotel what it is. And they broke that trust. I think it's going to take a lot of work to bring it back, but a simple thank you, gestures, caring, I think that's going to go a long way to just making you a better team overall, I'd say.
And I think that the properties that actually cared about the employees that they had to let go, I mean, the COVID thing was outside of everyone's control. The ones that continue to care about them, touch base with them, let them know how things can be progressing, you probably got them to return.
Right.
And
exactly.
They were the smart ones. Yeah.
Good point. So, all right. Well, hey, that is the 60 seconds to success for this week. But we're going to move on to the main topic of today's show, which is 5 ways that hotels can boost their local rankings. You can listen to the full episode on travelboommarketing.com/podcast, episode 218, or check us out on iTunes, Google, Spotify, Stitcher, any place that you get your podcast. With that being said, we're going to jump over to the show and say goodbye to our LinkedIn